Isn't it just agonizing? The idea of looking back, knowing everything you know now, and realizing you might have taken a different path? That if you just had that perfect, crystal clear hindsight, you could have avoided some of the pain, some of the setbacks? It's a thought that haunts us all in life, and perhaps even more dramatically in the cutthroat world of the NFL draft. For the San Francisco 49ers, after a season that certainly didn't unfold exactly as planned, that very question is being put under the microscope. If they could rewind the clock, go back to April 2024, armed with the full, unvarnished truth of how the season would play out, would they stick with their original draft strategy? Or would they make a different choice? It's a fascinating, slightly painful hypothetical, and one that Christopher Knox over at Bleacher Report decided to explore for every single team in the league. He went back in time, conducting a full redraft of the 2024 NFL Draft, projecting how it could have unfolded with the benefit of perfect 2020 hindsight. And for the 49ers, his redraft presents a challenging, perhaps even heartbreaking decision. Let's set the scene for this alternate reality. In Knox's redraft, the very top of the board shifts dramatically. The Chicago Bears, holding the coveted first overall pick, decide to pass on Caleb Williams, the quarterback they originally selected. Instead, with the benefit of knowing who would truly shine, they select Jaden Daniels, the dynamic playmaker from LSU who, in our actual timeline, went on to win the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year award with the Washington Commanders. This move sends Caleb Williams sliding just one spot, landing with the Commanders at the second overall pick, effectively swapping the destinations of the top two quarterbacks based on their real-world rookie impacts. A fascinating ripple effect right at the top, but our focus, of course, is on the San Francisco 49ers. In the actual 2024 draft, the Niners held the 31st pick in the first round, a selection they used to bring wide receiver Ricky Pearsall into the Bay Area. In this Bleacher Report redraft scenario, the 49ers are back on the clock at pick number 31. But this time, they possess a full year's worth of knowledge about the rookie class and, crucially, about the devastating events that would impact their own roster. To truly grasp the weight of the decision facing the 49ers in this hypothetical redraft, we have to understand the specific, unfortunate knowledge they are burdened with. First, they know about Ricky Pearsall's incredibly difficult start to his rookie journey. His debut season was tragically interrupted by a horrifying incident. He was shot in the chest during an attempted robbery in San Francisco. This non-football related event caused him to miss significant time early in the season, undoubtedly impacting his ability to integrate and contribute immediately. Despite that devastating setback, Pearsall did show flashes of the talent that made him a first-round pick, finishing the year with 400 receiving yards, 45 rushing yards, and 3 total touchdowns. A testament to his resilience, but a rookie year undeniably altered by circumstance. But here's where the redraft scenario becomes truly complex, even painful for the 49ers. In this alternate reality, they also know that their star wide receiver Brandon Ayuk would suffer a catastrophic season-ending injury, a torn ACL and MCL, sidelining him for the entire year. And adding insult to injury, both the physical kind and the kind that hits your roster depth, they know that dynamic offensive weapon Deebo Samuel would subsequently be traded away to, yes, you guessed it, the Washington Commanders, the team that just drafted Caleb Williams in this scenario. Just absorb that for a moment. In this redraft timeline, the 49ers know they would lose both Ayuk and Samuel for the season, on top of Pearsall's delayed start due to a traumatic event. This context, this brutal, undeniable foresight, would create an even more desperate, glaring, screaming need for reliable offensive weapons for players who could step in immediately and provide production in the passing game. This scenario, if anything, would seem to validate the original Pearsall pick, perhaps even make it feel like an even more critical selection given the unfolding disaster at the receiver position. However, despite this seemingly overwhelming need for pass catchers in their hypothetical future, Christopher Knox's redraft takes a surprising, perhaps even controversial, turn for the 49ers at pick number 31. Instead of sticking with the wide receiver position, or perhaps drafting a different receiver who had a stronger, healthier rookie year, Knox has San Francisco opting to strengthen their offensive line, selecting guard Dominick Puni with their first-round choice. Dominick Puni, for those who might not immediately leap to mind when you think of the 2024 draft class, was originally selected much later in the actual draft, in the third round, pick number 86 overall by the Kansas City Chiefs. But in his real-world rookie season with the Chiefs, Puni proved to be an absolute rock on their offensive line. He played every single offensive snap in 2024 and quietly, but incredibly effectively, emerged as a reliable, powerful force in the trenches for a Super Bowl contending team. And his performance wasn't just about showing up every play, it was about high-level execution. He finished the year in 11th place overall among 136 guards, according to Pro Football Focus. Knox highlighted in his analysis, "That's elite company for any guard, let alone a rookie. It demonstrates immediate, high-level performance and consistency in one of the most physically demanding positions on the field." So, given the hypothetical devastation at wide receiver, why would the 49ers in this redraft choose an offensive lineman like Puni over a receiver like Pearsall or another from the class? Knox lays out the compelling, albeit difficult strategic logic. It's a complicated choice because the 49ers also know that they will grant quarterback Brock Purdy a 5-year contract extension worth $265 million in 2025, Knox wrote. One way or another, they need to ensure a strong offense around their franchise signal caller. This is the absolute core of the decision in this hypothetical scenario. The 49ers know Brock Purdy is their long-term answer at quarterback, their massive financial and strategic investment for the foreseeable future. And protecting that investment, ensuring he has a clean pocket to operate from, time to make reads, and a stable running game to lean on, is arguably the single most critical factor for the team's sustained success. While losing Ayuk and Debo is undeniably devastating for the passing attack and requires others to step up, the foundation of any successful offense, the bedrock upon which everything else is built, starts up front with the offensive line. A dominant offensive line can elevate the performance of the entire unit, giving the quarterback precious extra seconds to find receivers, whoever they might be available, opening crucial holes for the running backs, and simply controlling the line of scrimmage. Knox concludes his reasoning by stating, having seen more of Puni than of Pearsall over the course of a year, San Francisco opts for the former. In this Bleacher Report redraft reality, Dominick Puni's immediate, proven, high-level performance as a top-tier guard in his rookie season and the foundational importance of his position outweighs the potential of Ricky Pearsall, whose own rookie year was unfortunately impacted by significant external factors and whose need in the offense was amplified by unforeseen, devastating injuries and trades to other receivers. It's a tough call, prioritizing the unglamorous but essential trenches over the flashy playmakers, but one rooted in the harsh reality of protecting their most valuable asset. So, looking back from the vantage point of this hypothetical redraft, the San Francisco 49ers, armed with perfect, painful hindsight, pass on Ricky Pearsall with the 31st pick. Instead, they prioritize reinforcing the offensive line by selecting Dominick Puni, betting on the rookie who provided immediate, high-level stability and durability in the trenches over the potential of a receiver whose position group was decimated by events they couldn't have possibly predicted in real time. It's a stark, perhaps slightly depressing, reminder that while highlight reel playmakers grab the headlines and sell jerseys, championships are often won and lost in the gritty battles fought along the offensive and defensive lines. In this Bleacher Report redraft, the 49ers choose to build from the inside out, a difficult but perhaps necessary pivot, given the brutal, hypothetical reality of their future roster challenges. All right, Niners faithful, this Bleacher Report redraft scenario really makes you think, doesn't it? It's a tough pill to swallow. Imagining those hypothetical injuries and trades, it truly puts this decision into a different light. I want to know what you think about this specific redraft choice. If the 49ers could go back in time, knowing everything that happened in 2024, would you take Dominick Puni, the proven, reliable guard, over Ricky Pearsall, the talented receiver whose rookie year was impacted by tragedy and whose position group was decimated? Is protecting Brock Purdy with an elite interior lineman more important than adding a receiver, even with Ayuk and Debo hypothetically gone? Let me know your thoughts, your arguments, and who you would have drafted at pick number 31 in this redraft scenario in the comment section right below this video. And hey, if you found this breakdown interesting, if you appreciate us diving into these complex hypothetical scenarios that make you think critically about the team's decisions and the what-ifs of the NFL, please just take 1 second and hit that like button. Seriously, it helps us out a ton. It tells YouTube you like what we're doing, and it ensures we can keep bringing you these kinds of detailed discussions and exclusive insights. Drop a comment, hit that like button, and let's get your take on this fascinating, frustrating redraft. Thanks for watching, everyone.